Okay, so this course is how to build a website in the real world. How to uh, build a website in the real world, and there is a difference when you're building websites for real customers. Do exclamation mark? Oh, I missed a word there. The um, because when you're doing it professionally, or you're actually going to sell a website, or you want to do one that looks professional, you have to take a few more steps than just sitting down and just writing HTML and CSS. You need to sort of plan ahead, and these are the sort of steps that I generally follow when I'm doing websites. Um, First, you need to really think about, well, before anything really, you need to really think about your target market, and you have to do marketing. So you have to do market research, and I do recommend you do that for any website. That's the first question you ask: who is going to be looking at it? Why are they looking at it? What do you want them to? What do you want this person that's looking at it to get out of the website? Because these questions give you an idea of where you're going. So perhaps I should do that now. Let's get an example website. Let's pretend that we're making a website uh, to sell maybe classes. Just off the top of my head, a lot of people would like to sort of teach others about a certain subject. So say we're doing a website to teach people about how to make websites maybe. So we've got our website, and the sort of person that we're looking at is someone that knows a bit about computers, but they want to know certain things. They want to know how to build a website. They want to know a bit about HTML. They want to know about CSS maybe, and how to make funky websites, and they want to know some other stuff. They might be younger. They might be maybe, well, they might be older as well. But I'd say the age range would probably be about 10 years old to maybe 30. Uh, Generally, this is the sort of the net generation age range that might be interested in building a website for themselves. Um, what else do we know about them? Well, they've got to use a computer. They're using the internet. They probably would like to watch some videos like this one. They might want to. Uh, we can come back to this question, of course, but for the moment, let's just leave it at that sort of basic idea. So then, after you've got your basic market research done, what you do then is you build a wireframe, or you build a list. You probably build a list of features, to be honest, that you want, the key things that you want, subject areas that you'd split it down into. So you build up a structure, but essentially what it is called wireframing. And wireframing, or wireframe is like basically building a website, sort of schematic, a diagram. So you say, okay, we've got our home page here. That's going to have some information about who we are and what we're doing. Um, uh, so say this here, say this service here is not for a large service. It's just a individual teach you at home service that we're going to offer. Okay, that's our product. Teach at home. Okay, so uh, you've got the website, the homepage, and then you might have a link going here to several other sort of category pages. How to a beginner course, an intermediate course, and an advanced course. So beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, so then you've got sort of homepage and three extra pages. So once you've got your wireframe drawn out, you might also sketch out as part of that a template design, and this is a good idea. So you do, as part of that, as sort of a section of that, you do a template design, and here's how I do a template design. I draw a big box, and I might draw it quite deep, I might draw it quite far down, but you might want to put on a dotted line which shows the fold. This means everything above here is what's shown when they first load the page, and then if they want to see the rest, they have to scroll down below this line. Generally, we'll talk about wireframing and template design in a separate video, but you design the different elements: a header, a sidebar, a menu, and the features that you want on the page. And then once you've got all of that done, you go about building it in the HTML, and you build your template. So you would build it, and you would put it perhaps in a demo location. And once you've built it, then you might populate it with content. So the content is a big section. This is a big section, and it requires a lot of thought. And then finally, the final step would be to make it live. Uh, and in fact, there are more steps beyond this. That there is sixth step would be SEO, tracking, analytical tracking, and then it just goes on into a loop, which is basically you basically loop all the way back to the beginning here, and you basically optimize, and you go through all the steps again over and over and over again until your website is really good. And the reason you go over it is because once you've made one version of the website, you'll get people coming to it, you'll get people visiting it, and you'll see that people, no one maybe clicks on the beginner course, so you've got to figure out what's wrong, why they aren't clicking on it, and then you might see that they're not clicking on that they click on this, but they kind of jump around a bit, or they might click on the homepage and then bounce off, and they might not like it when they click through and see the price that you've given them. So you have to change the price and all this sort of thing. So that's optimization. That's really getting into internet marketing then. But this is what we're talking about here is just the nuts and bolts of project managing, building a website in the real world. So that's basic idea. In the next video, we'll look at wireframing.